This play is based on the general history surrounding the Marbury versus Madison, case and the ideas of the case itself. It is not based on an actual dialogue spoken by any of the historical figures in the cast. Effort has been made to portray the historical figures as accurately as possible. However, there are some jokes. John Adams was nearing the end of his presidency. He had been voted out of his office, and Thomas Jefferson will soon be taking his place. Adams is a Federalist, and he is concerned that Jefferson is a Democrat Republican. He wants to make sure that the Federalists still have some power before he leaves office. Therefore, as the clock ticks down to his final day as a president, Adams is hurriedly appointing new Federalist judges to the district courts.
Well, I think I'll finish the ending paperwork to make sure some Federalists are still around after I leave Washington, D.C. Even if I'm not there, I'm reassured by the idea that the Federalists will still have some power.
Jefferson has now assumed the presidency and is looking over all the paperwork left to him by the previous administration.
Oh gosh darn it!
Is there a problem, Mr. Jefferson?
If Adams and his inferior meddling, it's Adams and his inferior meddling. He had to interfere with my presidency. Do you know that he's appointed 17 judges in the past few weeks to federal judgeships? Of course they're all Federalists. Well, how can I avoid this situation? These judges must not take office.
Perhaps Jefferson.
Yes, Madison.
Well, perhaps we lose the paperwork.
We don't deliver.
or we don't deliver. If these new appointees don't get their paperwork, they can't accept their new positions.
Well, that's genius, Madison. No paperwork, no position. A foolproof plan.
Really? No.
A foolproof solution. I don't know about that. Our next scene.
Oh, shut it, you blasted narrator. You don't know what you're talking about. This is the perfect idea.
Yes, we will see Mr. Jefferson. As I was saying, our next scene takes place at the home of William Marbury 2 days later.
And did we receive any letters today? I'm anxious to see the paperwork appointing to my new position.
Why, yes, Mr. Williams. There was a letter addressed to you.
Thank you, Anne. This must be the paperwork about my position. Oh, I'm so very excited. Oh, no.
Why, what is it, Mr. Williams?
Apparently, the paperwork has been withheld by President Jefferson. I shall never receive my new position. I must do something about this. I will appeal to the Supreme Court for my position. Marshall is a Federalist. Surely he will rule against Jefferson, and I will be sitting in my new office soon.
Oh, Williams, you're just brilliant.
I know, Anne. I know.
Please explain your case.
I am here today because I have been denied a position in the district court that is rightfully owned to me. Mr. Madison has not delivered the paperwork that gives me that position. I want to issue a court order that forces Madison to deliver me my position.
I see, Mr. Marbury. Okay, Madison, why haven't you delivered the paperwork for this position?
I've been ordered not to by President Jefferson. We feel that Adams appointed these positions as a well to speak more Federalists into power before we left office.
He's not completely wrong.
Oh, yeah. We also feel that Jefferson should not have to finish any business that has been left by Adams.
Interesting. The court will now recess that so that the judges can deliberate and make their decision. I need to make sure that this Supreme Court has more power. We need to be on equal footing with the legislative and executive branches. As a court, we should be able to decide whether laws passed by Congress are constitutional.
I agree, Marshall. How will we achieve this? The Constitution says nothing about the power of making laws.
Well, I have an idea. What if I determined that the Judiciary Act that gave Mayor Barry his position was unconstitutional? That way, I would be using the power that I want the Supreme Court to have.
Mr. Marshall, with all due respect, the Constitution doesn't give the Supreme Court the power to determine whether laws passed by Congress are constitutional.
I agree. I know that it's not specifically written in the Constitution. However, if I just go ahead and use that power that I want the Supreme Court to have, I'm fairly certain that the other branches won't try to stop me. The Supreme Courts will have much more power and take its rightful position next to the legislative and executive branches.
That is truly revolutionary. Your decisions will impact generations to come.
That's what I'm going for, an impact on our future generations. Also, I like a parade. Do you think Cousin Jefferson will give me a parade?
I don't know, Marshall. That might be... Reaching Jefferson is probably going to be angry with this decision.
A parade it is then.
Marshall wrote furiously that evening. The next day, Marshall traveled to the capital to deliver his ruling.
I have made my decision in the case Marbury versus Madison. I would argue that this government is a government of laws and not of men. Marbury, you do deserve your job. The court would have much preferred to give you the paperwork for that decision.
Well, la-di-da.
However,
Oh no.
the Judiciary Act of 1789 would have given me the power to give Marbury his new position. However, that act is a problem. The Judiciary Act of 1789 does not follow the Constitution. It gives the Supreme Court the power to hear new kinds of cases, and we do not have the power in the Constitution. Therefore, it is unconstitutional.
Unconstitutional? Do you mean that the act does not match the intent of the ideas written in the Constitution?
That's exactly what I mean.
So no position for me? That's rather disappointing.
This is outrageous. This judicial review shall not stand.
I bet that it will stand, and that students all around the United States will be learning about this decision.
As you can probably guess, Marshall's ruling did stand. Marbury and Madison is often considered the most important ruling ever by the Supreme Court. 2 days later.
Okay.
Bye, Mr. Jefferson.
So I will.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paper boy, evening TV. Did I get delivered here? Somebody tell me, please. This old world